I'll start with my childhood. I had a very fortunate parents who put me into yoga when I was child. So I was very much interested in, acquiring all the knowledge about and reading books and, listening to gurus. And I was, learning more techniques. And when as in a child, everybody would have an ambition of becoming a doctor and engineer. I wanted to be enlightened. So this enlightenment, many people would have heard about it. So becoming, liberated and getting free from all our, bondages and everything. But I thought maybe this practices, while I'll be doing for so many years, might kind of help me in acquiring this, enlightenment. If I do sit for sadhana and I meditate, in a blink, I thought I will become enlightened. But it didn't happen in that case. I'm still here. So it's because the process is very kind of, it's not a easy process as we see, because we bring a lot of, social and, spiritual life come together. So my spiritual journey was here, where I'm doing all these and exploring my yoga and everything. I have to balance my social life. Fact is, I have done my education. I was doing my graduation, and I was, procuring all my friends and all these social life what we have in day to day. I was also procuring. But on the social life, what happened is that we have so much of diversions. That is, you can see the relationship, work, entertainment, everything. Everything kept occupied in the mind in such a way that we are not focusing on the self. Especially when we are teenagers, especially when we are growing up, we hear the term love, which is always on seeking another person. So, as they show in the movies also in today, where like the hero and the actor comes and proposes the women here and the women and vice versa, whatever. It is always the love between the partners and the opposite genders. That is have been like not taught everywhere. But at some extent, we exchange love words within the family and friends too. But majority, we think that love is always on the seeking for other person. But when we're seeking for other person, what happens is, where they might disappoint you, they might leave you. It might be in any reason, even in children or parent, there is a chance of getting disappointed in our day-to-day life. The love is not always when it's dependent on any external factor. It may be, it might change. Even if you're in the work, if you're getting a promotion, you feel nice. If you're depromoted or fired, what happens? Your love for the work and everything goes. So the love which is dependent on all the external factors are temporary. This seeking and this quest in me kind of again put me into a spiritual journey. Again, I was exploring all my yoga, meeting other gurus and everywhere. Where when I met a guru, when I had a one-on-one section with him, he started speaking about gratitude. Usually in our life, we are not much focusing on gratitude at all. Gratitude means not just about thanking everybody, but also thanking yourself. So he initiated by thanking the external factors, whatever, all elements which we use in a day-to-day life. And he said love yourself. And that is the first time I hear someone saying love yourself very intensely and feel content. But at the moment I did it as in practice. And I felt a little bit also, but I did it as a practice because my guru is telling to do. It must mean something. So as years pass away, I become an entrepreneur and I choose my career as yoga and Bharatanatyam and everything, so that I can carry my spiritual journey along the social life also. So this way it was happening, and there was a turning point in my life where I lost my parents. So when I lost my parents, I was completely alone, and alone in the sense people who were even wanted to be, they were not able to be there. So the sense which I spent so much time on all these external factors, as I showed you, even parents or anybody it may be, it were all kind of, didn't make any sense. Because the most permanent person, which is actually you. Don't you all agree to that? The person who is with you for 24/7 is you. Your parents would be for 3 hours, your teachers would be for 3 hours, for even parents, the children the same way, the vice versa, in the work and everywhere. We have spent certain amount of time in day-to-day life on allocating to certain people in life. But we are there with ourselves for 24/7. Have we spent so much of time to ourselves is the question. As of course, I was practicing meditations and everything. But at the worst, at my low life, I started practicing gratitude. Even it was very lowest point, I started saying thanks for the roof, top of me, and food on my plate. Such things as a practice again I did. And it gradually kind of increased the quality of my life and decreased the complaints about missing factors. So this kind of in turn changed into self-love. Now let's see, if you, as I told you, the external factors, all the environmental around you, it's all we consider as external factors. It can be gratitude, meditation, devotion, service, or any type of self-awareness. This will kind of bring you awareness towards God and the nature and the existence. So that you are aware here. Most of the time we forget that we are aware here. We are always focused on running and doing what, like, what we should do next, what we should do next. So this will kind of, calm your mind and bring the awareness of God. And for certain people who are atheists, maybe it's awareness to yourself and the nature and the existence. When you keep continue doing this awareness in the same pattern, your journey kind of turns to yourself. So you will start loving yourself, and you know that you're the only permanent person with yourself. So now let's kind of do a small practice. I want everybody, like, no, just either hug yourself like this, or tap yourself, or just keep your hearts in another chakra, like hands in another chakra, and no, say this along with me. You can close your eyes just for 45 seconds, not more than that, not taking. Let's, like, no, just take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale, this very deep breath. Relieve all your muscles, tensions, whatever you have in your head. Just relieve the tension from your head. And say this along with me, with yourself inside. I'm sorry for not always being aware of you and spending enough time with you. And I deeply appreciate my body, my mind and soul for who I am today. Thank you for being with me through every moment by my side and forever. I'll be there for you on all highs and lows by loving you more and more each day for the rest of the life. And feel the so much of love that you can give it yourself, and then feel content within you. And once you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Yes. So this kind of a small practice, I'm just showing you as an example. It's not a fancy words which I have put. It is all simple words, because when we are always good at giving advice to others. When some friend comes to you, you will definitely give a great advice. I know, even I do that. So, but we don't give us proper advice to ourselves. That is because we get attached towards the problem and the lows. So what we should do is that you see yourself, the problem, in a very detached way, as an inner child. We call this term as an inner child. You can see this as an inner child, and just tell yourself when you're feeling low that I am there for you. And thank that person that has been there for you every moment of your life. And I kind of tell all the best to you. I hope you all have a takeaway today, and I want everybody to follow this. And if you're consistent, definitely it's going to be a game changer in life. And even if you're not able to follow consistently, at least do that practice when you feel low. This will definitely uplift your mood for the day and for the rest of your life. And thank you for giving me such an opportunity. All the best for your self-love journey, and namaste. Thank you.